Hi, Pete.
Hey, how are you, Leah?
Good, how are you? Any lineup changes tonight?
Yeah. Marchment in and Faksa out.
What are you getting back with Marchment that you've missed the last couple games?
Well, 20 plus goals. He's a big body. He's got a good skill level. Has played well with Duchesne and Sagan all year. So, we've missed him in the lineup in a bunch of different areas. How are you?
Good, how are you? We all see, obviously, the goal, the production of Wyatt Johnston. I was talking to Chris Tanev the other day, and he was talking about his defensive game. And how critical is that? And has that always been there for Johnston, or has it developed here over the past 2 years?
Yeah, you know what? And it's a great perspective by Tanny, because he's just coming in here. I think you take it for granted. I'm amazed by his defensive detail. I've said this before. It really reminds me of Bergeron. I had Bergeron as a 19-year-old on a World Junior team, and that's not taught. I think that's instinctual. I think he's just one of those rare kids that just gets it, and he creates offense without cheating defensively, without, he's just got a great conscience for winning hockey, and that's what makes him, in my mind, so special. The offense is great, but that's a special trait for a guy that young.
Pete, you guys, you guys have been a pretty disciplined team all year, and you were again last series. Just off game one, do you need to remind your players about not wanting that power play on the ice against you? Yeah,
well, absolutely. Having said that, we took two. You're going to take some penalties. That's on us. That's our responsibility to get some kills. I think we have to be prepared to kill one or two penalties a night. I think the discipline part, comes in if we're taking 5 or 6. But on that end, I don't think it's realistic to pitch a no-hitter. So that's on us. We got to get a couple kills a night, and it's a big ask against that group. But we've got a good penalty kill too. So that was a little disappointing for me last game.
Pete, you talked briefly about this after game one. I just wondered where you thought the energy, the rebound came going into overtime, because it felt like the guys really dug deep and found a gear that looked like they didn't have second, third period.
Yeah. Well, I think you realize the situation. You've come out fast. You've blown a lead. I actually thought we started to turn it back around in the third period. I don't think it just started in overtime. I thought the third period we shuffled the lines a little bit, tried to get a spark. I thought it sparked a few guys. I thought we started to get a little momentum as the third went on, and we talked between the third and overtime about it doesn't matter how you get here. Let's make sure we finish the job, and I thought we did everything but that in overtime. I liked our overtime, so we've got to build on that period tonight.
Just off the series for a moment, Pete, Sheldon Keefe fired today. 19 head coaching changes since the end of last year. Just a thought on the fraternity and what we're seeing here in the last 12 months.
I'm glad you asked, Pierre. I do have thoughts on that. It's insanity. We coach in an age where everyone talks about the modern athlete building relationships in order to coach them. How do you do that with that kind of turnover? It's like going on a date and getting married and divorced before the appetizers show up. I don't get it, but that's the world we live in.